Why, hello there YouTube, and welcome to a random review. I am Random Ross. Let's review some horror because it's October, and Random Horror is occupied with 31 days. Today I'm reviewing Good Boy. So this is a supernatural horror film that is the directorial debut of its co-writer. So this is written by Alex Cannon and Ben Leonberg, and it stars Shane Jensen, Arielle Friedman, Larry Fessendman or something, and Indy the dog. So I've already explained it's a supernatural film. So this film is, like I said, a haunted house supernatural film where a dog owner named Todd, inherits this remote cabin from his grandfather, and he goes to stay there indefinitely. And the dog who comes with him, Indy, who's playing himself in this, it starts to see all these supernaturals goings on, all these strange goings on, all these monstrosities and ghostly activities, and it's all done from the dog's perspective. So that's pretty much the essential plot there. What did I like about this film? Well, the film takes place, as I've said, from the dog's perspective, so the camera is always on the dog. The owner, the human characters, we hardly ever see their faces at all. There's one guy in it who's a local hunter who, again, is covered up in camo gear and we don't see his face. And the owner and his sister and that, we all see, their names Todd and his sister Vera. And we even have Todd's grandfather, who is played by Larry Fessendman, am I pronouncing that right? Who's dead, so we see him on some home videos that he made. And basically we don't see anyone's faces. It's kind of like them Tom and Jerry cartoons, where we see Tom and Jerry fully, but all we ever see the big woman is her big legs and her lower bit of her body, but hardly ever her face. That's what it was kind of like for me. That's what it sort of reminded me of, where we just see them, all like the parents in the Peanut Gangs cartoons, the Snoopy cartoons. They weren't sounding like, trumpets going. I like that we actually see a dog as our lead in this, a lead protagonist, and all these things that he can see, but yet his owners can't see. And this film isn't a long one. It's about 73 minutes, and it's in cinemas, but also on Shudder. So yeah, I liked that. I like the ghostly goings on and the spookiness. And I bet you all want to know, does the dog die? Because when this trailer came out and people saw it, that became the most Googled thing about the movie. Does the dog die? I'll tell you now. If you don't want to know spoilers, you better jump to this time stamp. That's on the screen. Okay, you ready? The dog does not die. It lives. It lives, but can't be the same said be for the owner. So there you are. So now you know. So, yeah. So this film was 73 minutes long, so an hour and 13 minutes. Not a long movie at all. So I like that it was short and sweet. But I will say a few things. There is a bit of pacing with this. There's some pacing with it. I thought maybe with it being a short film, it'll be very quickly paced. And maybe it'd pick up half an hour in. This picked up more like probably 45 minutes in or something. Where the horrors really unfold. But sometimes with slow burns, I'm okay with them, and it's worth the payoff. Other times it's boring, and by the time it does get to the good stuff, you're kind of bored. I wasn't bored when it got to the good stuff. I do feel that maybe they could have speeded it up a bit. But also working with a dog And this was one dog. I don't think they used various stunt doubles and that like they have for other dogs in films. But I gotta say, our lead act in this, Indy, he was, well, a good boy. And pretty much kind of did what any dogs would do. Sort of like played himself and was being filmed from it. So, yeah, I like the idea. It was a good idea, a unique take, something that I'd not seen before, something that I'd not seen in a while. But like I say, maybe it could have been, the pacing could have just been a bit more speeded up a bit. But other than that, it was an okay film. I don't regret watching it. I think it was worth my time anyway. A good hour and 15 minutes. Should you go to cinemas to see this? Well, it probably is going to be on Shudder soon enough, because I believe it was going to be on Shudder or something. But if you love dogs and you love horror and you want to check it out, yeah, go on, just check it out. But yeah, like I said, I'm glad I watched it. Maybe I'll watch it again when it's available on home media, but for now, it was okay. So what am I going to rate this one? I'll give this I'll give it a 3 out of 5. I think it's deserving of that. 3 out of 5 for Good Boy. So there you go. There is my review on Good Boy. Have you seen this one? Let me know what you think down below in the comments. If you like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up, share with your friends, and feel free to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and to hit that notification bell. All of my social media links are linked down below in the description, so you can check all that out. And also, if you love horror content, you love Halloween, you love 31 days of stuff, I'm doing all that right now on my horror channel, Random Horror. There's a link for that down below or in the cards above here. You can watch all my 31 days I've done so far on that channel. That's why I'm doing horror reviews on my main channel, because it is October and I like to get the latest and stuff as well in. So yeah, that's it for this one. So until next time, I bid you all a goodbye, friends. Goodbye.